Okay, it took me long to finally start doing this. Okay, so most of you actually don't know who I am. My name is Julian Glidden. I am actually a freelance web designer here in California, USA. And most of what I do with my personal like self career or whatever experience and what I do is that I like to confound myself to like business essential, business like pretty much try to focus myself more to better myself over reconciliating time as my main appropriate goal, such as to where I stand as being a person in life, to where I like to think that what motivates me is actually life itself, based on experiences, personal gain, only through that kind of experience, to whereas I can be seen more as a person compared to other people, what they think about me. So, what I'd like to think mostly is, well, my portfolio, it's called Time Recognition. It deals with real time, such as being the key point to modern day society, how we function, how we run. So, for instance, reckon means established by counting or calculations, all sorts, figuring out a goal or maybe even a calculation, and relying on or being sure of doing, having or dealing with something in society can be included to being pro or private, privacy. Maybe that's what definitions think of it as. But in some ways, though, I kind of tend to turn it into more of a point being it's some knowledge span for determining that reconciliation is noticeable if we can actually push ourselves to become that way, such as to being a Christian, which I do want to state first that I don't have a problem with people who want to go ahead and doubt me over all what I've accumulated so far. But as I'm more seen as agnostic, so over the years of me being out in society, ever since I've had my own personal problems going on in life, I kind of see myself being agnostic. But over the time, I kind of start to come about myself to being more seen as a Christian because I just don't really give a crap about negativity amongst people, really. Over the years, I have actually doubted myself to believing that I was negative, thinking that I was more seen as somebody who just completely not cared about anybody in my life, to whereas when I started going to college after high school, I did kind of lose myself a bit, thinking more I was depressed, more like selfish, more thinking that I just didn't care about anybody. So over my whole family spills and issues with, especially around when my dad was alive, because he passed away like years ago due to stage 4 liver cancer. So my mom passed away when I was around age of 13, so she died young. I mean, well, 40 years old, but I lost her at a young age, so that my whole life's been a freaking meltdown. The more I've been trying to put up with things myself. So over time, I kept thinking that I was more lost around people because they didn't get the issue because none of them lost their parents like I have. And my mom passed away from lung cancer, so I do think clearly that a lot of medications, I do tend to really think that a lot of medications in this life just don't help. I don't want to say that they don't. I don't want to raise spill or rage against people saying that so, but that is my belief system. I really don't think meds can actually help, such as the anxiety pill. I just think that it's a waste of time for me because the pills can ruin your body, and especially the amount of stuff that you consume in your body, like such as alcohol, even drinks, or even something you consume, can still wipe that away, and it can even mess up what's inside you, taking what you had taken from that medication or whatever has been prescribed for you. That's what doctors think. They think that your pills are just going to help you, but they don't. I just don't think they do. You can tell me that you're wrong. I'm wrong, but I just don't think that pills, a lot of pills, just a lot of stuff we just don't know really how to cure. Otherwise, why are people dying today? Then you don't really think. So yeah. Anyways, I do want to say first that most of what I've been going through over like past years and so, I just realized that enough was enough, that a lot of people in my life are just completely stupid, out of the question, that they don't belong in my life at all. So what I really do want to point out here is that if this video reaches out to those people, I really don't care at all, because first of all, they are not in my life anymore, and I am happy that they're gone, because they don't want me around. I don't want them either. So this does not involve them. It can involve them based on what I say, but what I say is what I entrail. But them, just stay out of this. Don't even bug me. I lost trust in you. I want nothing of you. Anyways, I do have trust issues. I do work part-time, but I am a good person. The more I have started to realize that. So what I started to invoke on was basically in the Bible here. I have a Partners Edition Holy Bible, and yeah, originally earlier was a disclaimer, but Holy Bible, King James Version, Partner Edition. So what I like to do is that I tend to look up phrases from a 1975 Bible, and I tend to research them more from what's old than to what's new. I don't really like New Testament Bibles or any of those, like especially new Bibles. People will just go and say like, oh, we mistranslated this, let's go ahead and pull that out into the new Bible. I just don't really believe in that crap, really, because it's an old Bible. It does have a lot of old essential information that our ancestors left behind, and I just don't really think anything new and edited is really going to prove much dysfunction in this life compared to what I've researched. Because I just don't think now that a lot of Bibles I've seen today out in the market, especially at places like Sam's Club, Costco, especially, just aren't really worth buying compared to this book. Because, for instance, the Spiritual Warfare Bible, this Bible technically is about spiritual warfare over yourself. It's not really about the outside world completely. Whereas to better yourself, it's because without knowing firsthand what this book is about, what it really represents, what you think it represents, how do you come to knowledge about these people recorded in this Bible compared to what you see yourself as, to how you want to be seen as, maybe even as a researcher or a person who's still learning. That's typically what a person is born to think they are when they say they want to become a Christian. So the more I research about... See, after high school, I decided to start researching the Antichrist. I started to realize